Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Mindful Mic. This is Colby Twist, and I'm here with my co-host,
Grace Shimatsu. Hello, everyone.
and we are so excited to have Kelly Eisenbarger here. She is an LMSW, and she's the executive director for Boise Hive. Welcome.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, we're so excited to have you here. There's so much to talk about, so much to learn with Boise Hive. So let's just jump into how you got started with Boise Hive. We talked about you coming from the nonprofit world, but why you are with them right now and the mission. And let's just get into it.
Get into it. Yeah, absolutely. So I started with the Hive, I think it was a little over a year ago now. It was in August, and I was in the middle of the second year of my LMSW, my MSW program, and doing an internship. So I had just found the Hive, and weirdly I had known the founder through a brother. I was living up in Haley and Ketchum area, and had worked with them and had just heard the mission. And in my previous history, I had worked in the music world. I lived in Austin, Texas, and worked for South by Southwest doing some random things here and there. So I worked in music, but I got out of music and got into the nonprofit space. And the most recent nonprofit I worked for was Recreation Therapy. And that introduced me to a lot of social workers. And I was doing marketing and grant writing and, writing about the things, to get the money for people to help people. And then I was in these programs and I would be on them and I'm like, I need to work directly with the people, and just talking to social workers and seeing the reward they were getting out of it. I was like, okay, time to go back to school. I think I found a little new purpose here. And yeah, went back and my second year I started the internship at the Hive because I thought it was a perfect combination of my previous history.
It sounds like a perfect combination, music and
right.
LMSW.
Yeah, I know. It's like so unique. It's like a very, very unique lane we have, being this combination of music and mental health. So I was stoked to find it and started as an intern. And then I immediately, like, one of the first things was this like a suicide awareness concert. I think it's called like Write on Her Arms.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so they did one and they had all these artists and a lot of them were Hive musicians. And so I'm there as, just representing. I had just gotten there. I was like, oh, this place is cool. And then, I hear these stories from these musicians. And, one of them was this rapper who went up there and he's like, I've tried to heal myself 7 times before I turned 21.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, well, that's wild. But he said that like such a stable force in his life was the Hive, and like just said all these amazing things about how he met community and how it was like a place for him for creative expression, and then our whole mission and ethos being mental health, like how that felt like made it more comfortable for him to talk about those issues. And that was just like one of those moments where you're like, okay, I'm doing the right thing. I want to devote my time to this place. So I really dug my heels in being an intern and saw that they had a need for leadership, and my background in nonprofits for so many years. Worked with the board and was like, let's get in here. I'll be the executive director on an interim basis till I find another one and can fully move on over into social services, into the mental health world of the Hive after I raised some funds, of course. But yeah, it worked out really well. So I've just loved being there. The board is just so supportive and open to a lot of the community ideas I have. As being a social worker, just want to get the community involved as much as possible. But yeah, that's a little of my origin with the Hive.
That's amazing. Yeah. And yeah, it totally sounds like your background is perfect for this role and perfect for the Hive. So for those who don't know, what is the Boise Hive? What do you do? What's the connection? You talked about music, mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, maybe I should have started there.
I like.
Probably would make more sense,
intro.
right? Because it is so. It's
we
so
need to
unique.
reel them in first,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
I like it. So the mission is preventing suicide in the music community, which is both broad and niche as well. So we're really I like to call us like a music and community resource center. So we have so many different programs and services that we provide. It's really hard. It's always a mouthful talking about everything we do, but I do think we serve musicians. We have like low cost practice rooms. We have recording studios. And then we do a lot of music programs. So we have like a Rap America project, which is a week-long program that's free for all ages. It's mainly been teens. And we have like professionals in the music industry come and teach these kids for free. You know, rap, like performance skills. They do like a performance at the end of the week, learn lyrics, beat making, and then a ton of other music programs like that too, other than like recording and mixing classes. We have a creative culture beats program. So that's the music side. We also offer programs for veterans. So we do 2 programs for veterans. We do like a Friday night jam.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, it's so awesome. And just to see them, you know, it's a great chance for them to connect. A lot of them, like, this is what they're looking forward to every week. And they've been doing it for years. So we're lucky to be able to host that. And then one on Saturdays, I think it's once or twice a month for that. So we have the music side of the house, and then we have our mental health services, which is where the, you know, preventing suicide comes in. So we offer low cost and affordable music programs for these artists. And then we have a licensed clinical mental health professional on staff, as well as we host interns. And they provide free counseling, which is like insane, right? You know, like, who does free counseling? Like,
amazing.
I know. We're very lucky to
And
be able to provide that.
And then is that for those in the music industry, or is the music industry helping those in need and that you're counseling?
Yeah, so it's pretty broad how we do it. So we like to say the preference is for uninsured. Like, overall, we would prefer people to be uninsured, and we would prefer them to be in the music community or somehow related to the Hive using our services. But we're open. You know, we've had people come in crisis, in need, and we had space, and our clinicians were able to take them. So we don't have very hard lines. We are really, that's why we add the like community resource center too, because we are open to helping them. We have support groups that are open to everyone as well. We have 2. We have a trans and non-binary support group, and then we have a survivors of suicide support group, which is very important, of course, for our mission to do. And that's open to anyone.
That's open to anyone.
Anyone can come to that.
Fantastic.
And is that like on an ongoing basis? Like, could someone just drop in one week, or do you have to be throughout the whole thing and all of the sessions, or how do those work?
Yeah, the support groups anytime. Thank you for asking, because I just love that we able to offer them. I help lead the trans and non-binary support group, and it's just like kept me very afloat in my mental health better during recent times, just to be working with this population. It's a passion of mine, the LGBTQ community. But yes, anytime can drop in. They are every other week. Our schedule's on our website for that, and they're like hour and a half support groups. A lot of them have been a lot of the same people. Like for the trans support group, they come, and I'm just seeing community built through that, which makes my heart full. Like, that's what I want. You know, they're becoming friends. People are making bands off of it.
I was just going to ask about that. If there's like people that come in that might play guitar or sing, and they're looking for community, they're looking for, you know, a band to join and kind of and to work with. That
Totally.
Sounds,
Yes, very much. Yeah, it's all like intertwining that.
Yeah.
So we have like a great board by the door where you can put up like, hey, need a drummer? Or like, I know, like stuff like, does not seem like old school or like,
perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, totally, like kind of like a classifieds board for that. So I've seen that. And then we just started a queer musicians meetup in partnership with the Boise Trans Collective. And that's going to be monthly. And so focus on the LGBTQ community, and people come in. Like last time we held it, you know, some people brought their instruments. They did like a little jam. Some people wanted to show some stuff off and like work with other people. Some people were new to like just anything music related, and they get to talk to people who've been doing it for a while. So happy to be able to host that as well.
That's incredible. Is it all ages, all together? Anyone's welcome, pretty much?
Yeah, totally. So we're a completely sober place. So we're all ages, open to all, really inclusive. I just want it to be the safest place possible. And they've really set it up that way at the Hive. You know, we've been around 11 years now in August. And yeah, it's been always just as inclusive as possible and wanting it to be a safe place for everyone.
I love that. I love having a place where everyone can come in. I mean, we talk so much about sports and mental health and children and mental health and parents. This is something that is there is my mic? It's not picking me up. Can anyone hear me? Hello? Oh, no. Okay, now, okay. I really said some important things. I hope everyone heard that. I was just saying how, you know, we talk a lot about sports and mental health and children and families, and we don't hear this side of it. We don't hear about music and mental health and suicide prevention and having them come together. It's just it's new. I mean, you've been around for 11 years, so it's not that new, but the idea I think is so fantastic to come together. And I wonder, what does that look like? You have all these programs that you're working on right now. You have the music side and you have the mental health side and stuff. Like, what are some of those passions that you have? Like, where do you see, this going? What other things would you like to, have happen out there in Boise for your nonprofit?
Oh yeah, I mean, you think of so many things, of so many
Right,
dreams
like,
and goals. It's just such a unique place, and I do think, I mean, music connects us all. Art connects us all. It makes life worth living. I firmly believe without art, life would be impossible, to be honest. But it's unfortunate that musicians, gosh, I think the last stat I read was like 3 times more likely to suffer from depression and mental health struggles. And I think we all know that, there's emo music for a reason. Like,
Right, right.
a lot of these artists struggle heavily, and a lot of it's due to addiction and untreated mental health issues. So there's just a strong need there. It's like these people are providing this like creative, not service, but like necessity for us. And some of them struggle like in very difficult ways and need that support. So I love that we can be there. And yeah, thinking of the future for the Hive and ways, to grow. We've really hit a growth point with our spot. So we're on the bench. We're off Overland and Latah, where that, tattoo shop is, where the huge eyeball.
Oh yeah.
Seen that? Yeah.
yeah.
It's always my
Great
like
location.
reference.
Can't miss that.
Yeah. So we're right behind it. In this building that was like a recording studio in the 70s. It's very, very unique space. Yeah. I would love to show y'all. Go into the recording room. There's old reels from like the outlaw country bands that recorded there in the 70s and stuff. But so right now, to keep afloat, we need all of our practice rooms rented at all times. So people are renting them. That's how we get income.
Okay.
It's like them renting that and paying for like recording space. That's a lot of our income coming in. And when we have certain rooms, in can't be doing counseling outside. Even though musicians understand noise and they're about it, it's still need privacy.
Sure.
So where we're growing is we're hoping to build an auxiliary unit outside the Hive. We have like a big open space so we can serve more. We have a wait list. Like, it's free counseling, of course. Like,
Right.
people hear that, they want to come. So we have so many people, and we could serve them if we were able to like have more space, and we can hold more support groups, hire more counselors. So that's where my mind is really at coming into this executive director role, is how do we grow this mental health side of the house? I think we've got a great like niche with our music programming. It can of course grow. I think there's some cool things we can do, but what's going on in the world right now, we need to help people. We have just endless people we could help, and endless support groups we could start. So we're looking for some more space and more counselors and more support in the mental health realm.
I mean, looking for more space, that's a good thing. That means that you guys are here with a need. You're servicing a need. And I was curious, you said people, you put bands together, or is it just going in there and recording, or is there times where maybe you might do a performance in Boise, or these bands get together, or
Thank you.
can
Yes.
we see these
Absolutely.
artists?
Yes, I was just telling you like a little second ago. We do so many things. It's so hard to get it all out at
Yeah.
once. So I'm glad
Yeah.
for the questions. But so every Saturday we do a free live show. Every Saturday, which is wild. All ages, free. Starts at 6:30. It's great for families. I had someone come in and just like filled my heart. It was like a 10-year-old boy came in and for one of these shows, and like their mom was like, "What is this place? Like, they've never been to a show before." And I was so stoked being a social worker to be like, this is actually like the perfect place for your first show ever. Like,
Right.
very safe, all ages, sober, drug free here. And she was just so happy. She's like, "Oh, I thought I was gonna have to like hide outside the door the whole time." And I feel so comfortable like knowing that they're coming here for their first show. So yeah, every Saturday we do that, and it's live streamed. So we have a YouTube channel that it's on that you can always go watch them. And then those bands get the practice, because it's a small little venue in there. A lot of them are high school and up and coming bands, getting some of their chops. And then some of them are, like local bands that people know that come through, and they love to support the Hive, so they want to do a free show there. So it's quite a mix, but
of everything.
yeah, it's really fun. It's a fun time, and those bands get to have that recording and helps them with booking. Good like training wheels for the music community. there's not a lot of support for to get musicians paid, or to like help them teach how to do the thing, how to market yourself, how to book a show, like what goes into booking a show. We have to teach them like how to send their layout and like what equipment they're bringing.
Oh goodness, that goes beyond just giving them a place to go and record. I mean, that's a whole nother.
Totally. And all the volunteers are running the show.
Right.
So many people have come through there. They were either in bands and they practice and then they see the live show. Now they're learning lights and sound production. And we've had a lot of people go on to work at the Duck Club. So now they're professional sound engineers and they got their chops at the Hive, our little soundboard, our little venue space. So that feels really cool. Like this kind of professional development we're also able to provide the musicians.
Yeah, that is just like hitting so many boxes, which I just love. Like you're providing a space for families to come, spend time together, build community, but also for these musicians to build community. And like you said, that professional development aspect, so important. And it makes me think too, we probably don't have a ton of resources here in Boise, Idaho for these musicians, right? So what is the music community like in Boise? There must be a big community here with all that you're doing, but what does that look like?
Yeah, it's so unique. I've been here just about 2 years now, and I moved to Sun Valley. I lived there for like 8 years before this, but before that I was in Austin, Texas.
Oh wow, so
Many
that's
years.
That is a big music community.
Right. So so I had a lot of experience working in that. I went to school for music business for undergrad and worked in it a bit, and then coming here, it does kind of feel like, I've heard it before, like a mini Austin.
Oh wow!
In a lot of ways.
I have not heard that. That's very cool.
Excited to hear that, though.
Yeah, right.
Very.
I keep hearing this phrase recently,
Good.
talking to people, cultural hub, that we're like becoming this cultural hub, which feels very cool. And I agree. There's a lot of musicians, a lot of different artists, visual artists coming to town. And I think they are seeing this, that growth here. So I think we're kind of poised in a great position to provide some of that support, because there isn't a ton. I will say, like I mentioned them, like the Duck Club. I think they're so cognizant of how much influence they have, with Tree Fort and the Shrine Basement. Like it's so much impact, and they really think about the artists in the community. I'm going to a talk later tonight where it's like talking about professional development and counting for musicians, which we're also doing a webinar ourselves on Friday about that, because like who's teaching musicians how to balance checkbook, or that's probably not what it is, but like make their money and like know how to protect themselves with contracts and stuff like that. So I'm hoping we can become more of like a platform for more of that to be a support in that way.
I'd have to say that Tree Fort, you mentioned, we go to Tree Fort every year. We have a booth there and love participating with them. And I feel like Tree Fort has been a big help here. Kind of, you're talking about the little Austin, Texas here. I feel like that's helping us move in the right direction. I'm finally starting to see a little bit of that maybe, or the musicians coming out and people coming here and having interest. And I think that we owe a lot to Tree Fort, for that and bringing it. What kind of involvement, do you guys have a lot of involvement with Tree Fort? Yeah. I know we see you there. We're actually by
oh, good.
Our booths are usually next to each other and stuff, but
cool.
Do you guys get to play at Tree Fort, or?
Yeah, so coming into this, that's some of the first people I wanted to talk to. So, been the director for 3 months, but I did get a great meeting with Eric and Nathan over at the Duck Club, who, started Tree Fort. And Eric actually was one of the founders of the Hive. So it's
full circle.
Yes, they're
full circle.
They're big supporters. They're advocates for us. So that feels really great that they are these supporters. But I'm hoping to grow that relationship, because I think that would be really cool to have the Hive bands at Tree Fort, and just thinking of ideas like that would be really neat. They let us do a drum competition. Were you at the booth this past Tree Fort?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did like a drum off thing where someone could win one, and that, I don't know, it was so fun. We did it at Boise Open Streets the year before too, and I was like sitting there and all these people walk by, and it's anyone from like tiny little kids, their first time playing drums, which is just like adorable, and they're like there and they're like, I can hit it as hard as I want. Like, what?
Talk about therapy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. For sure, getting that out. But then it's like, now the parents will need therapy because drums.
They'll be asking for a drum set pretty soon.
Exactly. So I'm like, We
Like,
have
keep that at
storage
the
at the
Hive,
Hive.
keep that at the
Exactly.
Hive.
They can play at the Hive. Our rooms are very cheap, so they can do that. And then I would see like older people come and they're like, I haven't played drums in 20 years. And they would sit down and just like to see that light on their face. It was really cool. And then we were able to give away a drum set, and it was like,
Wow.
so they all did solos, and then we somehow like judged them, and we're like, okay, this one. And it was like a teenager who's just like really been wanting one. It's like so passionate, and like, oh, I could cry. It was like very cool.
Oh, gosh.
You know, to be able to give that to someone. So we're open to do that again at Tree Fort, and love that they are like open to that. I'm like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Do it. More noise. Yeah.
More noise.
Yeah.
More noise. Oh,
Contribute.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm curious how you see this community that you have at the Hive of these musicians, up and coming musicians, people interested in music. How is this community improving their mental health just by being a part of it and by coming to the Hive? Have you seen anything firsthand of how it's improved the mental health of those people?
Yeah, daily, honestly. I see these reminders from people. And, recently I've had, I do take on a couple clients there counseling. I'm only part-time as the director. I also work at Alpine Integrative Wellness. I do counseling for a counseling center. So I'm unable to do a ton at the Hive. We have the clinician and the intern, but, we have people walk in crisis. A lot of unhoused people come in. We have a food pantry.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's been awesome growing that and being able to offer that, because it's really a lot of the people that use it are who live around us. Right. A lot of the community members that come in there. And yeah, I'm very glad we can do that. But, we have people from all walks of life, and I see them. And I mean, just yesterday, someone comes in crisis, and I'm luckily able to set aside some time and deal with them, and just to get that feedback of how just having someone able to talk to, be a support. And this person just kept going on about like, there's no place like this. Like, I can't just come. Like, I was hot. I needed some water. I just needed to sit down. Like, I was so afraid you all were going to kick me out of here. And I was like, no, this was for
the safe place.
Safe place. Like, there's no third places. We know that. Like, there's no places for people just to hang out for free. So I'm really happy that I can, or the Hive can provide that to people where it's comfortable. And then, even if it's just hanging out, or you want to play some instruments and stuff too, we can have that. But yeah, I get a lot of feedback from people about their mental health. It's mainly the community aspect. We do a lot of healing in a counseling room, one-on-one with someone, but I think it's integral to also have community involvement and friends and build that network to really heal and
be a part of something.
Yeah,
Feels like they're part of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make friends, especially with LGBTQ community, like that it's safe there. We have the support group. I put on like a gender affirming clothing swap event.
Oh, that's
which was
wonderful.
so cool.
Tell us more about that.
I was so glad. And that's when I was an intern, and like, I didn't know the board or kind of like, what their limits were, what do they want to do with this place. So just throwing stuff out, and they're like, cool, rad, do it. Sweet. That sounds great. Put it together. And I remember like the night before it was going to happen, or before I was going to put it on social media, I like sent out these emails and stuff because I needed support. I wanted it to be a food drive and to get clothing, and I wanted like haircuts and nails and, just all these gender affirming services. I was like, hey, we got room. Let's see this. And there's a part of me, this is Idaho. I was like, what am I going to wake up to tomorrow?
Sure.
Like, but it was a mass of emails. It was so cool. It was just support. I want to offer services. I want to give stuff. I feel so helpless right now. Thank you for having like a platform and something I can do. And so it just felt so good. And it was awesome. I want to do it again. We got so much clothes.
Yeah.
And we had people doing nails, like a bunch of people doing hair, and like, just to see people light up when they're, affirming themselves. Really cool.
They feel like themselves. And this community shows up. They really do. I love hearing that they showed up for you.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I've seen it time and time again that I'm asking for support.
We're lucky.
Yeah, we are lucky, and I think we need to talk about it more. Everyone's, so divisive and just like, in the more angry headspace when I think a lot of people are like, what can I do?
Yeah.
I want to do something. I want some agency.
Right. That's why I will say one of my favorite things about doing this podcast is that, you're saying, people are angry or having these feelings out there, but then we have people come in like you come in and talk, and everyone would come in and talks about this community and the support and the love, and it's reassuring. And I love that. I love to hear that, people turned up for you, and it's really reassuring.
I love hearing that from you too. That
Yeah.
it's like you're
Yeah.
like repetitively hearing that.
Yeah,
from
we
people
have it
coming
definitely
in.
here.
That's great.
I will say the children's home, we have it here too. We had
Yeah.
our ribbon cutting yesterday, and it was to see the support and the love. And I think we're really blessed here in Boise. And so I think that we can, let people know that there's a lot of good happening out there, and these nonprofits are doing a lot of good, and people show up to support, and not just financially, like giving the free haircuts, giving clothes, and dropping stuff off, or just being, an ear to listen to. So
Yeah.
an ear to listen to. Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
An ear.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Someone to listen. I don't know why that
Yeah.
sounded really.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Exactly.
picture that. Anyway, yes, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying. Someone that listens. But
Firmly
so
right.
I love hearing that.
Yeah, it's heartening, and then just made me dig my heels in even deeper. I'm like, yes, there's support here.
Yeah.
It's so worthwhile. People see that as well, and yeah, we can all do it together, right?
Yeah.
So things like this, connecting nonprofits, then we'll all get more support.
Right.
There's so much. There's plenty around, and there's enough people who want to support that.
Yeah.
we can all
Looking
do
for a way.
better.
I think some people also don't know really where to go. They want to get involved, and they need to find their passion. I think everyone finds their passion. That's why I love having other nonprofits come on too, right? Because yes, here we are, children's mental health, but other nonprofits, maybe someone has a different, they have the music and mental health, or sports and something else. There's always somewhere to find your passion.
Yes. Yeah, totally. That's why I do love this niche, because it can really ignite something
Absolutely.
in people. And it's like, oh, this was something, I worked in music for 30 years, but, I'm now passionate about mental health. Like, oh, perfect. We had someone come in who ran a piano store for 30 years in San Francisco and was just randomly just looked up food pantries, and just we were nearby and came in and was like, what is this place?
Music.
And we're like, guess what? We have a bunch of pianos you could tune. And then it was like ignited them. They're retired. So they're like, oh, now I can be helpful to this place. And yeah, just there are a lot of stories like that where, you can find the right people and their passion.
Yeah.
Passion to give back.
Incredible. One, I love how inclusive it is too. Like we've mentioned, you've said it's all ages, and music is for everyone and for all ages, and everyone loves music. So I think that's a really powerful part of it too.
It is. It's so powerful. And so we have this program called Mindful Melodies, and we're hoping to bring it back and work with the school system, the elementary school system, for younger ages. And it's really about mindfulness with music, like using musical cues, using like breathing. So we're hoping to get like a music therapist in with us to help us get this program off the ground again.
Oh, I think I know someone.
Oh my gosh.
We work Ian Wilkerson.
Okay.
He works at the Care Farm, Warm Springs Care Farm, one of our partners.
Oh, cool.
He's amazing. He's done groups for us before.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna get you guys.
Love it. I'm so glad I brought it up. I was like, they bet.
See, that's how we write. We all talk and figure out. Yes.
Yeah.
Ian, if you're listening, I'm going to get you guys in
do.
contact.
So I bet they know that, like, ooh, if we can get little kids just a little more
He's so good.
interoception and to breathe, and that'll help everyone,
Right.
teachers,
Right.
families,
Yes.
they get into that. And then, music opens so many doors.
Yeah.
Creative outlet is so necessary, especially for youth. So, I would love to see more.
So you're talking about your programs, and you also have this Survivors of Suicide program. Can you tell us a little bit?
Yeah, so that
More
is
about
a support group that's been running, I think, since the inception of the Hive. So Ann Padilla is our licensed clinical social worker, and she started that support group, and she was our first clinician. And it runs the gamut of people who, just experienced this crisis in their lives, to people who it's been years and they come to support others. And we do want to grow it because there's such a stigma around suicide. Like, people don't even like to say the word. And it's hard for people to even get support after because of that stigma. So there's not a ton of like survivors of suicide groups, really. I haven't seen a ton. I know My Grief Connection, they're on social, and they promote some groups, but I know there's plenty out there. The rates in Idaho are horrendous. What are we, like 12? It's like, it's worse every year. Children in Boise alone under 13 in the last 3 years are 7 times.
No, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, that rate has increased like 7 times. It's not a huge number, but like something's happening. Why, why are these kids killing themselves?
Yeah.
You know? One of our volunteers, their 13-year-old son, just committed suicide, and it's just like, what's happening? And it's in our community, so that's very important for us to be able to provide that group and help people manage the absolute destruction that is left after suicide. It's really such a thing that just leaves such a mess for everyone to deal with. So it's great to have support, and Anne has a lot of good resources and unfortunate experience, and can be that for people to work through it in early stages and, working it through life, really.
Yeah. And you're right. There in Idaho, in this area, there's really not a lot of support groups like that for survivors of suicide.
Yeah.
And what I love too is yours is in person, right? And that's the other thing I see. There's quite a few online groups, but I think there's something so powerful about being in person together for that, right? Do you see that?
I know, right? It is. Like, I'm glad for telehealth and, and to have Zoom options for that. And we can offer that for our groups.
It was great for COVID. It was
Great
great.
for
We got that,
COVID.
but yeah.
Yeah, that just, we all understand being in each other's energy and space can provide so much comfort and healing. So, yeah, I do see that a lot. So happy to. And yeah, with our trans support group too, a lot of these, a lot of our members spend a lot of time online, to be honest. They're probably the 18 to 24 is kind of the range of that group. So a little younger. And I know the community space sometimes tends a little older. So it's nice that we're an option for the younger, but I kind of see it as a lot of training wheels for them, to be honest, for socializing.
That makes
Coming
sense.
to this support group, and I leave time at the end to mingle, because that's what I really want to come out of it, is to know that they're not alone and create community from it. But I see the damage that COVID and being terminally online has done to people.
Sure.
They're having really hard time socializing.
Yeah.
So
and it's such I think it's so interesting because on one hand, we know the dangers of social media, and like you said, building those in-person social skills is so important. But also, I would assume that for the LGBTQ community, a lot of times where they can best find their communities on those online spaces, right?
True.
And so incredible that you're providing a space in person as well.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And the Boise Trans Collective has a Discord channel that's very vibrant and full of a ton of people. And I know a lot of people can only do that. We have someone who comes from Parma. We have people that come from
We have a lot of small, so a lot of areas that we that don't have any resources.
Right, nothing. So that there is something online is wonderful. Yeah. We need a combo though, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
So how do you take care of your mental health?
What a great question. Self-care, right? As a social worker, that was drilled into me all the time, which is wonderful. I did love that about the profession, that it is very much always loops back to my favorite phrase, you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to keep your cup filled. How do you fill your cup? A lot of different things. Recreation is so important. I came from a recreation therapy nonprofit, and being a part of that changed my life. Hands down, understanding the power of the outdoors, and moving your body outdoors and taking that time is so integral. So touching grass, as they say. Touching grass, getting outside, going to wonderful foothills, hiking. That is so important for me to clear my mind. Yoga, meditation, breathing. We talk about it a lot. I can't be full of it and not actually do these things. When I tell my clients, breath work and mindfulness is important. So it's a big part of my life. And I do go to the Boise Institute for Buddhist Studies, which is great. Have you heard of it?
I haven't.
No, I haven't.
It's so cute. It's in Hyde Park. It's such a cute little house. But they have monks there that do different meditation.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's very cool. They even have a walking meditation.
Oh.
Well, they'll do. Yeah. And they have a recovery group. It's called Recovery Dharma. And so it's a Buddhist-based recovery, which there's not a ton of options for addiction groups and stuff. So that is very cool. But that, learning more about Buddhism and meditating, that's definitely how I help
I did not even know that place existed.
Yeah,
that's right. It's
it's
my neighborhood. So
Check it
pretty
out.
much.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, that's
Nice.
good to know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, what do you want in the future for Boise Hive when you look at, where you want to be in the three? I know you said that right now you're going to, pass off to the next executive director and you'll still be, social worker there. But I'm sure you're going to still stay with it and keep those ideas coming, right? And not leave too far. Where do you see it going?
Oh yeah, for sure. So my ultimate dream is to be the wellness director, director of social services, and really focus on that. I just went to school, got my license. Like this is my passion. Development is wonderful, but I want to focus on this and working with people. So I see the growth, and yeah, I want to stick around because there's just so much we can do with the community and what we can offer. It's really endless. So I want to grow that mental health side of the house. I know we can get more counselors and serve more people in this way and more support groups. I've been trying to get an addiction support group off the ground, but my time is so strapped and I just need more support. And I know how important it is to have another option for AA. AA is wonderful,
right?
But just another, other options for people. So that big growth and more music programming. I'd love to partner more with City of Boise. We did an awesome event at the Irma Heyman House. Mm-hmm. Have you been there?
Yeah.
It's so cute. I don't even know about this place. And we did a little music program there. I'm like, oh, I want to do more things like this. Showcase our different programs. We showed off our Rap America program. But I'm like, okay, we have a jazz group and we have a synth group that come in here. So I think getting them more involved in other community events and doing more shows and Tree Fort and other festivals and, getting the word out too. It's just, that's, I think, the top focus of mine. Because I think a lot of people just know our music side of the house and just getting out that we have all these other supported social services and stuff. But yeah, did I answer the question? There's so many things
I love that. I love to hear, where you're going. And schools, are there any opportunities for you to be in schools, or have you worked in schools?
Yeah, thank you. So that mindful melodies that we really want to get off the ground with this music therapist you're going to hook up with. I really want to work with the schools with that. I think we were doing it as an after school program before I came on to the Hive, but I think there's a lot of potential for growth. We could come during school hours and, do this mindfulness music program. Or if we did have a music therapist on staff to do that more at the schools, I think there's a lot of option. I would love to bring in more, 'cause since we are this all ages safe place, I want something more for youth. Our counselor just saw their first 8-year-old. So we are open, and she has a lot of experience with youth as well. So I think there's a lot of potential that we can work out. Working with the schools. Parks and
Absolutely.
stuff.
How can people who are listening support you in this expansion and all the goals you have? Obviously, it takes a lot of money and resources. So how can people help support this?
Yeah, a bunch of options. So we just have, the donate page on our website, boisehive.org. I'm going to be starting up this campaign for that modular unit soon. And so I'm going to start a GoFundMe, and that'll be put on our website as well. And we need a lot of volunteers. We're mainly volunteer run. It's me and I'm part-time, and then one other part-time person.
Oh, wow.
And then our clinician who's part-time. So it's not a lot. We're really volunteer run to stay open, because we're open 12 to 10 every day. So we have long hours.
You have long.
Wow.
Every day.
That's incredible.
I know, right?
That you have that volunteer base and wow.
Yes.
That's very impressive.
Yeah. And that's really, it's been run for a decade, is volunteers. Because before me, they had just one person super part-time. So yes, but we just need the support to grow, because we're just at this kind of growth point right now, and just needing more income from our rooms and to grow. So there's, reach out to me. There's plenty of options. And then we need more volunteers. I'm hoping to put on a fundraiser. We haven't been able to put on a fundraiser for 5 years, which is wild. We did one at the last 5 years ago at the Sapphire Room. We did a concert fundraiser. Yeah. So I'm hoping to do that in December, but I need help. It takes a village to do these fundraisers and find a cool band to play, and then do auction items, all that kind of stuff. So if anyone has ideas for ways they could support a fundraiser event, I would love people to reach out. But there really are endless options that we can kind of cater to people. Do you want to help fill our food pantry?
You don't have to have musical talent, right? Don't be scared if you don't know how to sing or play the guitar.
But if you want to,
you can still,
we have tons of
not be
teachers.
intimidated. It sounds like there's a lot of opportunities.
Totally. A lot of opportunity, all sorts of ways. If you just want to I had someone come in saying that they're like, I'm not musical. And I'm like,
I listen to music, but that's about it.
Yeah. They're like, oh, my kid plays, and they're here. So like, how can I help? And I'm like, please help get us food for the food pantry. Our visits have doubled since last year for the people coming there. So there's things like that. Or I started a little mocktail bar for our live shows, which is very fun for me to put together. Fun. So if someone wants to come and, mix up some little mocktails on Saturday nights.
What a good idea.
Right? I thought so. Thank you.
Love that.
Yeah, it was very fun coming up with the names. One of them is the No Buzz Ball.
The No Buzz Ball.
Very clever.
And what's in the No Buzz Ball?
I made it kind of like a virgin tequila sunrise. So like OJ, grenadine, and then I think like sparkling water. Like very simple.
Yeah.
Simple stuff. But another way to raise a little money and make it more kind of like a venue space. You get your drink and see the show and stuff. And have you heard of Sweet Zola's?
No.
A candy shop?
So no.
Where's that? You're introducing me to so many places I want to check out now.
Love it. Oh, well, you'll love this one because
if it has to do with candy and sweets, I'll definitely love it.
Right. I know. Anyway, yeah, I just saw that and I was like, oh, candy store. But then I found their mission. They are a nonprofit and they're on Broadway or state. I'm terrible with directions, but it's all staffed by people with disabilities.
Oh, wow.
So
I do know. I have seen that. I've seen them on the news. Yes.
So cute.
Yeah.
They're just so awesome. And I drove by and I was like, oh, I love this. So I went in there and Cindy, the owner, is just the coolest. She's also a mental health professional.
Yeah.
Who started this nonprofit. And I was like, hey, what about selling some concessions at our Saturday night shows and like having some of your staff come and, another fun thing for them to do and be in the community. So we're now selling Sweet Zola's candies on Saturday nights, which just makes me so happy. And some of their staff are stoked to be there for the bands. And just like that, that nonprofit mindset. Got to work together. We can all help each other.
Oh, absolutely. And people can go to your site and see the calendar of maybe events of what's coming up. And I would love we'll put that on our site too.
Oh, we love it.
So great.
Thank you. Yes.
What a fun thing to do.
You can see all the bands coming up and definitely check them out beforehand. They're wide range. So, but you can listen to what's coming up and if it's your vibe or not. But it's a fun time. And we're doing more and more community events. That's really what I want to grow. After that clothing swap was so awesome. Like, what else can we do? What are other things? What are the needs in the community? Is it more, is it like a specific program for kids, like weekend event or something? And we have like a kids jam or something? I don't know. I think I'm lucky to have the support of the board to be very flexible and grow stuff. So anyone has ideas,
send the ideas in. I know.
Come on in.
Opportunities are endless, really. It seems it's exciting listening to you talk about it.
Yeah, thanks.
So with the food pantry, if someone has things that they want to drop off, donate, can they just come in, drop them off whenever?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Anytime it's kind of in the venue space there, and you can drop it in perishable and non-perishable. Okay. We have a big freezer and a fridge. So yes, love that. Appreciate it anytime. Okay. You can do donation receipt and
amazing. And then anyone in need of those items, is that also just welcome whenever you guys are open? Or how does that work?
Exactly. Thank you. You have such great questions. Yes, these are all the good things to point out. Anytime during our business hours, they can come in, and the only thing we collect is your zip code and the size of your family. So we don't need ID, name, anything, and that's just for grant writing purposes. But yes, they can come in and grab whatever they need, and that includes, we just had a bunch of healthcare, like packets show up. I have no idea who donated, but it was just like toothpaste, shampoo, brushes.
Oh, excellent. Wow. Yeah.
All these big Ziplocs of them, and they're already gone, but we're getting stuff like that. So we have like toilet paper and some other hygiene items as well too. So anytime for a need for that.
Amazing.
That's good for us to know. We have a lot of people that drop off a lot here that we cannot give out always. So now we have a connection.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah. Love it. Yeah.
You can tell. And that's how it is. People will just drop things off because they want to help and they're not quite sure where. Mm-hmm. So this is another reason why I love doing this, is so we can tell people this is where.
We'll go the spot.
Boise Hive.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I understand.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, I just have so much enjoyed talking to you and learning about what Boise Hive is, and what you're doing in the community. And I had an idea, but I didn't realize how big and how much you're doing. So I really appreciate you coming in and talking to us.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been so nice talking to both of you.
I think we could do a lot together.
I think so too, honestly, with my endless possibilities. And I
No,
just
I
wanna-
love your ideas. I want to pick your brain.
I know, I'm
Yes.
gonna go look at that calendar
too.
too and find
Yeah.
the show to go to.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah, there's some really fun ones. Love
Well,
it.
this is great. Just a reminder everyone that, no matter if it's sports, if it's music, whatever your passion is, there's always a way to get involved. Mental health matters on every aspect, and it affects everybody. It doesn't discriminate. So thank you for being here and reminding us of all of that. We're so happy to talk with you today. And let's remind everyone your website so they can go get more information.
Mental health does matter. I love that.
Yes.
BoiseHive.org.
BoiseHive.org. Easy.
Easy. Check us out.
yeah.
Same thing on all the socials. Follow us.
Yep.
Yeah. Get in touch. DM there. Yeah.
Wonderful. And then we'll also have all that on our site and all of our latest podcast episodes on children'shomeIdaho.org.